Hey, T, I finally back another live. This time doing StreamYard under heavy duty attacks. They're doing a number on me right now because I'm already suffering from brain fog from this cold. You know how the cold, when it goes up in the sinus cavities, it causes things like brain fog, where they're trying to amplify the actual feeling using frequencies, creating a lot of pressure on my head, which is causing a lot of pressure within my head, having a hard time releasing it by doing things like yawning. Um, they're just wreaking havoc. Not understanding is why, I got to get it so bad with this, but it's just getting to the point where, I'm ready to like dig a tunnel underground and call it a day. Just stay underground until this, whatever this is over. These guys are just, they want to get away with murder. Yeah, I appreciate it. Like, these guys literally want to get away with whatever they can get away with. I just feel like there's no adulting with these guys. So they just wreak havoc sometimes. And I got to put up with their stupid scripted BS, psychological BS. It's like bullshit. All you got to do is turn the fucking tech off, dude. I'm not going to sit here and listen to your stupid demon scripts and, oh, we're this, that, and the other. No, you're not. You're just a bunch of fucking, excuse my language, but scumbags with some remote neural monitoring. Who gave it to you needs to be held accountable, and it's beyond me. But, these guys need to be rid of. And I don't know what the problem is. Everybody's watching Biden and, him sitting there stuttering like a mumbling idiot, not doing anything, just standing there at a podium, practically falling asleep, not knowing what state he's in. Still to this day, he does not even know where he's at. But, they want to put on media, the mysterious illness, Havana syndrome. This is not a virus, or I don't know, maybe it is. Let's ask Bill Gates. He seems to know everything about viruses, and I'm not talking about bacteria and funguses. Let's talk about the real viruses that he's real familiar with, since we're all here. Everything's that's just being brushed under the rug because it just seems like everybody's just too chicken shit to speak up. Everybody's just walking on eggshells like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Don't piss these perps off. Fuck them. Excuse my language, but fuck these perps. Nothing's being done. There's actual TIs that are literally freaking dying. Like, literally dying. And you want to sit here and, throw in the media why, the US and Ukraine and Russia and it's China. I don't want to hear the bullshit anymore. Excuse my language. Meanwhile, I listen to some losers on my V2K that sound like they're from the fucking Taliban. Tell me, oh, Christina, prostitute. I gotta listen to the stupidest fucking V2K and narratives when I'm practically over here freaking dying. And they're dragging this whatever I have down into my lungs using fucking frequencies. And I'm just supposed to walk around like, oh, nothing's going on, everything's okay. No, I'm fucking being pulverized over here. But I gotta listen to some retard who's got a hold of remote neural monitoring and B2K, fucking beatbox and AI, and then, run around acting like a monster. This is ridiculous. Excuse me for my negative energy, you guys. I've had enough. And you can probably hear my stomach growling. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm so tired of their biblical bio weapon BS. And I'm tired of hearing these stupid retards telling you need to go to church. I've already been to church, every single church in this town. Not saying there's, something wrong with going to church. There's nothing wrong with going to church. I love church. But this is ridiculous. If nobody's going to fucking help, can I at least get a hug? I mean, what the hell? This is ridiculous. Yeah, they're all run by the freaking Freemasons. They're all in there. They're like, oh yeah, run to the church. I'm like, okay. You're absolutely right. Excuse me for my tone. You guys, I'm just a little irritated this morning that I feel like I'm dying and, it's just so stupid. Bless you too. Sorry for the negative energy, you guys. Bless you too, my friend. I just had enough of their crap. Yeah, I've just so had enough of their BS. Like somebody needs to get slapped on the head with a wiffle ball bat with the crap that I gotta go through. Yeah, I heard the UK is really bad. I heard it's really bad for TIs out there. I heard they get it pretty bad. There's actually a TI in the UK right now. I forget his name, but he's getting hit so bad he can't even get out of the bed. I know Richie Pill is out there. He's pretty much a high profile, what I would consider like, popular in the TI community and has been going through this for quite some time. In other words. Yeah, I heard the UK is really bad. Like, I'm so sick, and then I gotta listen to these stupid, like, I don't know, they sound Israeli or whatever, and they're like, Christina, they kill you. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Leave me the hell alone. Do you know what I want to do this morning? What normal people do when they wake up? Drink a cup of coffee and be left the fuck alone. So sick of hearing about demons and, all this other BS. They can all die and go to hell. I'm so sick of them. And I'm so sick of hearing about these Freemasons and their fucking Harry Potter moves. Go away. I want nothing to do with any of this anymore. I want to have one normal freaking day. At least like 5 minutes. Yeah, Murray definitely is, he's with us on, the targeting. He's hit so bad. I'm on Discord with him. I talk to him on Discord. Murray, if you're watching, brother, still working on trying to get you back on here. If you're listening, you're going to have to create another profile just to come on here. Because they're doing a number with my StreamYard where they kick people off, block them. Yeah, but any females that are TIs that want any advice, you can get with Murray to get my contact information or join me on Discord, because I know females get it pretty bad, and I can kind of walk you through, ways and alternatives to cope with the targeting as a female. Something I can also help guide you through is discovering your own energy and their tactics, TICKS, and what they do, how they do it. I've been dealing with this for quite some time. By the Stotzi. Same here. I get the Stotzi too. I heard Germany's really bad. I'm glad you made it out of there. I'm glad you made it out of there, sister. I heard it's real bad. Hush. Yeah, I think mine were too. I also think my grandfather was. And on his side is Polish royalty. So I think I was targeted by Stasi as well. Where I live at in Huntsville, Alabama, the Nazi scientists were brought over here in this actual city to work with the rocket scientists here. So go figure. And I got the Freemasons are out here in NASA. Not a good place to be as a TI, that's for sure. But I agree with you there, sister. I think mine were also main targets as well. Yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of wound healing, I guess you could say, where I'm learning how to heal a lot of things spiritually, like in my bloodline and trauma and stuff like that. So did mine. My family did too. They escaped. They actually came on boats, the bottom of some boats. I think only 5 of them actually made it to get away from all of that too, and they made it to Pittsburgh in the United States. But I come from Polish royalty, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, I've always wanted to visit Poland. Yeah, they made it. They made it to the States to get away from it too, sister. And I think it was only 5 of them that made it. Last name Eargang. real German name. I got last name Eargang, and I forgot the Polish side, Popilids. The Popilids is the Polish royalty side. But the Eargang, they made it out here too, getting away from all that. So I got Eargang, and on the German side, and the Polish royalty is the Popilids. You could actually look it up online and see the history with the Popilids. But that's my bloodline, which I found was really interesting. The Eargang, I think on the German side, we got documentation where we were able to trace it back all the way to the 1500s, which I thought was really interesting. I don't know if you guys can hear the helicopter. I guess he already flew over. Yeah, sister. Never know. We might be some relation of some sort. That would be neat. Yeah, I did a DNA test a while back too, and I found a lot of that to be really interesting because my dad was adopted, so we didn't really know the roots on that side. But Mexican, Balkan, I found Scotland in there, which I thought was really interesting. So it kind of all that just shows like where some of your, I guess, just ways and beliefs come from. It's kind of beautiful when you think about it, how things are kind of rooted. It's real pretty. Yeah, that's pretty cool though that you mentioned that. My family, um, some of my family and ancestors made it over here to the States to escape during the communism as well. I found that to be really interesting. This is getting out of hand where they make it so you can't even use your own brain. Just some of the frequencies and attacks, where it's just a buzzing and just such, just cognitive. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Where I'm just sitting here and I'm literally like, I feel like I'm being dumbed down during the process, and it's just like, duh, 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 duh. And I hope to God this is not their actual frequency, because if it is, we're in a whole lot of trouble. We don't need to do around. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, it's getting out of control. Where, they hit my head so hard, I'm just like, I can't even see straight. And it's like, what are you supposed to do? Like, what do you do? There's nothing you can do. You just got to sit there and, pray that you make it. Sorry for all this negativity, you guys. It's just been one of those mornings and nights for me. It's just, I don't know about you guys and what you're experiencing right now with this targeting, but for me, it's just like, I'm ready for it to be over. This is getting out of control. Where I'm just like, okay, I would like to experience some form of actual life than experiencing, death 24/7 and this is your doom. Roar, all day long. I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with this anymore. I don't care if you want to be important and all these things, just leave me alone. I appreciate it, sister. Yeah, it's 24/7. Even in my sleep, I wake up and it just seems like these scum do just such low blows where they even try to do this stuff in your sleep. And I'm just like, can I just sleep? Poor scientists. No, you're not. You're a bunch of crazies. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm nice to everybody and I love everybody. These guys are complete assholes. Just evil. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna go ahead and post this in case anybody wants to hop on. Yeah, but it's just ridiculous. I'm so sorry, sister. I'm really sorry. Is she still institutionalized? I'm really sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry, sister. I'm so sorry. That definitely does sound like Stasi. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. My heart goes out to you. I'm really, really sorry. I think that's what they try to do with me. Just torment the piss out of me sometimes. I'm really sorry. You have to definitely be a strong woman. How long have you been going through the targeting? You're welcome. That must have been really hard. Yeah, it definitely sounds like you might be MK Ultra. I'm really sorry. And you're real pretty, by the way. I see your picture. You're really, really pretty. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you now? Or you can just say what age range, like 30s, 40s, 20s. If you don't want to say your exact age, I understand. No worries. You're very lucky that you got out of Germany. I heard it's really bad there. And I'm sure with you being pretty too, that had a lot to do with it. Bless you, sister. Same here. That's awesome. We're the same age. Yeah, we're the same age. I'm just glad you made it out of there. Hey, Melissa. I forgot, Melissa, you are too, aren't you? Yeah. My birthday's in September. Yep, getting up there, aren't we? I still feel young. That's another thing. They want me to feel old, and I don't. I feel young. I honestly feel like I'm 25 in spirit. Oh, wow. You're so lucky. That was probably God sent, honestly. That was definitely probably God sent for sure, sister. Yeah, probably same here. Same here, sister. Yeah, you are very lucky. You're very, very lucky. They're hitting me pretty hard right now. I'm not really sure as to why, but they're hitting the back of my neck. I can hear bones cracking. My neck is pretty hot. And they're hitting and pulsating my head as well. Shush. You're being bad. I'm gonna get an ice pack. Yeah, I'm not really sure as to why I get hit so heavy. Evidently, I'm some kind of an issue or threat, I'm assuming. Um, but I know of 2, 3 other females, TIs, in the same city. So evidently, targeting must be a big kind of deal out here. I knew of one female TI when I lived in Decatur. She lived probably just a few miles from me. That town is so small. The city of Huntsville is a lot bigger, but the city of Decatur is pretty small. Yeah, it's gotten pretty bad though, to where I can't even see straight. Yeah, you're real lucky, sister. Or to what, Melissa? What do you mean? And some of these people, involved in my targeting just take advantage. Like they have no life. I don't know if you guys ever get that vibe, but like I don't know what to think anymore. Because I even get that vibe of like some ghetto ass people are involved in my targeting, and I'm just like, why? Like, how? Like, I don't know about you guys if you ever go into like a state of shock where you're like, I can't believe this is happening to me. I've had that so many times where I'm just like, is this like, no? You just go into that state of shock where you're just looking around, you're like you feel like you just went through like some wormhole for like days, straight, and you come back and you're like, where the fuck did I go? Yeah, it gets for me. It gets really bad. No, they are pure evil. No, they really are evil. Yeah, they are evil. They really are. Then I got some retard who I can't tell if he's African or African American from Decatur. You gotta walk and range with me. And so, like, I'm so sick of the V2K. Like, I'm really tired of them threatening me all the time. I'm just so sick. I'm ready to move. I don't know how many people are on here, but I hope you guys are doing all right. I don't know, and sometimes I just feel like these guys are like total spam callers. Like there are people like who used to call me from like spamming companies about like the Social Security Administration and stuff like that. Like that's what they remind me of, like a group of just spammers sometimes. Where I just feel like a lot of it is just spamming. Like they're those people from like Nigeria that create fake profiles and they're like, yeah, they have a fake profile on Facebook of like some model looking doctor. And then when you go to look at the picture and all the friends on the list are all from Nigeria. And I'm like, sometimes that's what this reminds me of. I don't know if you guys ever get that vibe. But I sometimes get that vibe where I'm just like, this is really weird. I don't know. And I was watching Kevin Christian yesterday. I think they were messing with him pretty bad. He was trying to do his dance with his poise, and it seems like he was getting really frustrated. So that what he was going through yesterday, I experience on a daily basis, where they make it so difficult for me to just perform anything. Where I feel like I'm stumbling, kind of falling around. You become like real clumsy, and it becomes so frustrating. If you really want to know, why don't you ask him? Not really sure. Why don't you ask him yourself? And that sounds kind of gay of you to ask. I'm sure you're a male. It's a real gay thing to ask. I'm either assuming you are either Brandon himself, who seems to be going through some personal issues, or another TI creating a burner account, which I'm really confused as to why some TIs would go to the lengths of harassing other TIs. I don't know, maybe you can help explain that to me since you're here. I'm really not buying into that because the way that you're being really derogative, when you said this. So evidently you do want to inflict some kind of pain on me. So either you are Brandon himself. I'm just going to put you on blast since you're here. You're either Brandon himself or somebody that doesn't like me or Brandon. So either you're Brandon, himself, and I'm not going to open that can of worms because I have nothing to do with them. I close that door and it's going to remain closed. I won't allow that negativity back in my life whatsoever. He can do all the videos he wants and, scream my name all day, but I won't let him back in. He's completely cut off. So he can seek for attention through his videos if he chooses. But I won't allow him to come back in here to stir up the pot and give me a hard time. Because that's not what I'm here to do. If other TIs want to argue amongst each other, that's their business. But I won't allow you to come knocking on my door to inflict any more pain, harassment, or any kind of narcissistic abuse, that I'm already enduring enough as it is. So I refuse to deal with any more. And I'm not going to cater to other people's insecurities. That's something that they have to reflect on. We're all adults. You need to reflect on your own insecurities and handle that business. So that's their responsibility, not mine. I won't be used as a punching bag or a coping mechanism for anybody's, insecurities, self-esteem issues, or ego. If you think you're that important, then why are you knocking on my door? To shame me or bring me down or attack me if you're so important. I want to see, like, you don't find this to be vulgar and kind of not only immature, but kind of disgusting and degrading? You don't find this to be like I don't know if you're, looking for a sense of humor in all this or, I mean, if this is what you're looking for, in all honesty, it sounds like personal issues. If you're so, sure of yourself, then just, be confident in yourself. There's no need to abuse others. Um, I'm being targeted. The last thing I'm worried about is somebody's penis. Sorry. That's the least of my worries. I can assure you that. I'm too grown for that. We all had a good laugh at the time with it. It got blown out of proportion. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to open that can of worms because it's so childish and I have better things to do with my time. Okay. I'm not going to discuss these matters on my live. So we're just going to go with that. And you have a nice day with your whatevers. Maybe you can get a ruler and, check that out. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm not going to do that here. I'll probably laugh about it later, but as far as right now, I'm not doing that. Yeah, exactly. Bye, Felicia. It's just that's just too much for me right now. I just literally woke up not too long ago. My brain is not ready for that right now. Like I knew it was Brandon, so I'm not even worried about it. He's definitely acting out of character. I'll just be honest. I saw the video he did on Sienna, and I'm just like, wow, whatever. But none of my business. Yeah, they really exactly. I don't care if it's little or big. See, the men don't understand this, and their insecurities rise through that area, and they don't even realize that they're holding that energy. Sexual energy is the strongest energy a human being can carry. So somebody who is ignorant with their energy will either act out narcissistically or think that having sex with just a hot female or any female at that is the cure. It absolutely is not. Since we want to talk about this subject, I can really educate some of these insecure trolls and their sexual energy. And they want to talk about measurements has nothing to do with the energy that you carry. In all honesty, if you're carrying poor energy down there, you're carrying a lot of self-esteem issues, ego, and insecurities. You might want to check into your root chakra, navel chakra, because that kind of energy becomes somebody else's problem, especially if your energy is aggressive and kind of is abusive or narcissistic. And sometimes that narcissistic energy is because I'm here to only educate. That narcissistic energy is because when it comes to males, is the buildup of that energy and not knowing how to properly release it in a constructive manner. So it ends up becoming somebody else's problem, like myself. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know if they're still watching, but there you go. So I would highly recommend you doing some exercises, root chakra exercises, meditation, maybe pick up a new hobby that is more constructive with your sexual energies, such as painting, drawing, music, healthy music, nothing aggressive. When it comes to, sexual energy, it's really important that you educate yourself on that energy. But you said it so perfectly. They have small dick energy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that up because I actually like that. Yeah, but Brandon, you really like I'm not even upset. I'm not even mad at him at all. Like he's really got to learn how to ground his energy and try to use his energy and apply it to something that is more constructive. Because that's damaging to other people, but also damaging to himself. And that would also explain a lot of TI males' hostility. I think we were talking about this yesterday with Home Slice, Jack. I know this is kind of a personal matter, and some people don't want to discuss it. But I'm just going to be honest with you. Sexual energy is the strongest energy there is. So we were just talking about this yesterday with Jack, Home Slice, and I forget who else. But when that energy is oppressed, and especially in males that are kind of dominating already and might be considered more like an alpha or something like that, if they're not familiar with that energy, it can just wreak havoc in their lives. It can cause things like stress, health problems, later on down the road, erectile dysfunctions. It could cause a lot of, issues in their lives that they don't realize where this is coming from. And it all stems from that energy. So it's always, it's important that you reflect on self and check in with self. And please understand, where that energy actually lies and is implanted, like the places like, the root chakra and stuff like that. You have to take care of that. Like, you can't go around being aggressive, like, and I can see some of that energy in some males that are TIs, even that aren't TIs, just males, period, where they become aggressive. And it can lead to other things like, getting in a fight with somebody or, just being in a bad mood all the time. It's suppressed energy that doesn't get released in the proper way. Yeah, absolutely. So it would explain, especially for younger males who have a lot of testosterone, they have a lot of energy. If you're in your late 20s, like early 30s, you're still like, yeah, I want to do this. I'm not going to get into detail because I don't want to, get in trouble on here. But you still have that drive and that energy. You just need to learn how to apply it in a healthy manner. I'll just be honest with you. You can't just go lay down and have sex with any Tom, Dick, or Harry. Especially when you're dealing with oppressed energy. You can't just be like, oh, that looks like, that'll be fun. You have no idea that you could be, doing more damage than you even realize. I'm sorry about that, Melissa. Yeah, it's like a domino effect. It's all cause and reaction. I'm really sorry about that, Melissa. Yeah, you're really strong for coming forward with that. There's a lot of narcissistic men that also go after, very compassionate females. I'm not going to get into too much of that because a lot of females are on right now. Well, not a lot, but us. Who deal with that kind of narcissistic abuse already. But back to the Brandon Ordeal. I'm sure he's still watching. I'm not mad at him at all. Like, I'm not upset with him at all. I already let it go. But he just needs to realize that he's got to take responsibility for self. And a lot of other males, I'm just speaking to males in general, not a particular person. I'm not going to sit here and just attack Brandon. I'm going to let that go and release that. I'm sure eventually he'll come to his senses and realize, hey, like, I need to chill. But, a lot of males, don't realize where that energy is coming from, and that insecurities that stems just from, that oppressed energy. They don't even realize that that's why they feel that way. I had to learn the hard way where I was like, why am I having self-esteem and insecurity issues? And it was because of repressed energy that was in certain areas. Yeah, going back to the perps and not having remorse. I think if confronted, like they'll just combust. Like I think they would literally like blow up or combust. So I hope that makes sense, you guys. Sorry, I just had to take a phone call real quick. It's been a crazy kind of life, huh? Went from like one extreme to another. But I hope that helps, at least educate some people on their energy. And hopefully some of us that are TIs can better our energy now that I really feel for male TIs. The women, we need that nurturing because that's who we are. We're natural, just nurturers, and we need that nurturing and security of a masculine. And when some of the masculines are running around more like with that caveman mentality and ooga booga, it also causes havoc for females. I don't want to say havoc, but issues where we feel like we have nobody to, help us. Like there's no man around. Like it's just all ooga booga. That caveman mentality. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, exactly. And I that's another thing I want to address, the honeypot BS. Um, I'm allowed to be a woman, and I'm allowed to be attractive. I'm allowed to feel attractive. I do not have to cater to your insecurities. If you are insecure, as a man or female, it doesn't matter. But I'm not going to be your scapegoat. You have to address your own insecurities because those are your insecurities. They are not mine, and I am not the reason why you're insecure. Because a lot of males have it all wrong when they see me. I've even had guys, who have told me, at my job, they're like, when I first saw you, I thought you were stuck up, but you're complete opposite. And misreading people is also a problem. And I think it has to do with things like insecurities. You got to be careful because you never know, who you might cross paths with. You have to really get to the root of the problem with things like insecurities, self-esteem, where they stem from, how they started, how they're like you have to kind of go through the rundown of self. And once you become more acceptable of your flaws and start using them as tools, things become a lot easier. I have insecurities myself, and I have addressed them with loving my flaws and using them as tools and just accepting them for what they are. So, it would help to be a lot kinder to each other, especially in the community. I know, a lot of us are looking for that, connection as well. Um, but the whole honeypot thing, I'm just going to be honest with you. Humans are humans and it's in their nature. If you look out in nature, let's just be honest here. If you look out in nature, even birds do dances to reel in a mate. You see it in nature where even squirrels, like they flick their tail and they're like, "Ooh, look, I'm the hottest squirrel out in the woods. What do you say?" Like it's natural to be attracted to another human being. It is natural to want to feel attractive. It is natural to want to feel pretty or handsome or cute or sexy or whatever. That is just human nature. Do not allow your perps to demonize you as a woman and say you're not allowed to feel sexy. You're a temptress or you're bad. No, feel your goddess divine energy, love it, use it, own it. And if an insecure male can't accept it for what it is, that's his problem. It is not your job to cater to his insecurities. So he can control your energy because he can't match your energy because he hasn't discovered his own and he's too insecure. He has to fix his own problems. You've already had a mother. I'm not going to be your mom. I can show you, I can educate you, and that's all I can do. But I will not allow you to step on my toes, my feet, or my dress because of your insecurities. And I'm speaking about perps as well. Yeah, they are, Melissa. I'm so glad you brought that subject up because as a woman, and I'm going to leave this recording, hopefully this recording live stays up. As a woman, I'm allowed to feel beautiful, pretty, and sexy. I don't need anybody's permission to be in my energy. I don't need any validation from any man to be who I am. Because I can sit here and tell you all day, I don't need money from a man. I don't need a roof over my head from one. I don't need anything except equal. That's it. Equal energy, love and light. That's it. I can provide for myself. So some of these males running around screaming honeypot, what am I getting out of you? I don't need anything from you but God honest love. That's it. And security. So I'm tired of that too, that honeypot crap being thrown around. That word should not be taken lightly. There are some women out there, and I'm going to stick up for the males that just have malicious intent, that are, there for something because they do not know how to receive constructively. That is more like an equal exchange of energy. Like here, I present you love and light. Can you present the same thing in return? I see what males go through too. I'm not stupid. But I present to you wisdom, love, and light. That is the energy that I present. So there's no reason for a male to attack me unless, and this will hurt. And if a male is not willing to reflect on his own energy, he will come in to attack me. I'm not your enemy. You have to reflect on your own energy and insecurities. And that's just that. Why does my presence upset you? If I'll just make an example, and I've had it happen numerous times where a male has approached me, and I'm not talking about TIs, I'm just talking about males, period, have approached me. I was not interested, just for whatever reasons. The chemistry wasn't there, the energy was not a match. And, I received unwanted energy that was more abusive. There's just no need for that. Just because I'm a female and I want to talk to another male does not mean that, I'm a honeypot or I'm looking to get something out of you. I have more of a dominating energy that comes off across as more masculine. And don't get the energy confused with genders, because that causes also confusion as well. But I feel like sometimes my energy matches more with some males than it does some females. Absolutely raw data. An educated woman is a dangerous one. An educated woman is a dangerous one. When I know myself and I know my energy, watch out for all the unwanted energy. Yeah, for survival too. I've always had that perfect balance of feminine, masculine. But at times I've had to step on the front lines during my attacks. Like, no way, Jose. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Well, I'll be honest with you, raw data. I can support myself financially. When it comes to a real relationship, a spiritual one, these things no longer matter. I'm willing to walk away from a kind of systematical idea of a relationship when I'm looking for spiritual growth. I'm not looking for that systematical, let's be successful. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, and I think that has a lot to do with programming. It comes a lot, that territory of the idea of controlling the woman and trying to dominate her, that not only caveman mentality, but that systematical idea of a relationship when a male is supposed to cater to the feminine energy and support her, protect her, because I'm here to tell you, and all males that are listening, a true feminine divine energy is able to lead the way and allow to be led. When the male cannot see and is headed for destruction, he will allow the feminine divine to guide him and lead and take the lead. That's when that bond becomes just a beautiful exchange of love and energy, and it's like this magical, beautiful dance of love. And I think, like I said earlier, that comes with the territory, back to programming. the idea of how a man should be. I don't want to get too much on that subject because I don't want to bash the males. Because I know male TIs have it really, really hard. But I think we really need to educate each other, both male and females. Because if you don't, you're going to walk in all this blind. I am too, sister. I'm with you. I'm riding solo. I will be that everything that I need until the time comes, if God's willing, that I cross paths with somebody, who's able to, not sink my ship, but help it keep, afloat, I don't need anybody hopping on my boat and saying, hey. Yeah, I'm riding solo too, unfortunately, and it sucks. It really does suck. And I think that's, kind of what these perps want. They make trying to find a relationship really, really difficult. I wish we could create, as a TI community, some kind of like dating app. I think that would be really, really neat. Because I know, and I'm not speaking for myself, because I'm getting quite content with just being alone. And having a support group in the TI community. But, especially for some TIs, the younger TIs who need just that stimulation of love and being in a relationship, I really think there should be some kind of dating app for TIs. Because, and even the older ones, there's been TIs, I know of TIs who have been a TI for 10, 20 years, and it's been a lonely journey for them. It would be great to see some TIs. I know of a TI couple, they're fairly young. I think they're in their 30s or late 20s. But they got married after 3 months of meeting, and they already had a kid together. And they have I think they have a healthy relationship. It's a good relationship. They understand each other. They get each other and they're there to support each other. And that's, very rare in the TI community, that relationships kind of, stick. But when they do, it's so beautiful to see. Like, I envy them so much. Like, they have a strong bond and they look like a power couple. They're so lucky to have each other. Like, I'll just be completely honest. I'm always honest. And I'm a very blunt person. If I had a real male, like a real man around, my targeting wouldn't be as severe as it is. And that's just how I feel. If I had that support of, a masculine energy around, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But I agree with you, sister. Like, I'm done seeking. I'm no longer looking. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and I'll be forever grateful. But I'm in no shape or form to go through any kind of trials and tribulations. So, I'm very careful with what, males I let in my life, even just for a conversation. Exactly. And I think we're allowed to have that. We're allowed to experience love. So one thing sorry, I'm getting really loud. I'm a very expressive person if you guys don't know me already. But one thing I want to make crystal clear is do not allow these perp douchebags to make you think that you're not deserving of love, because you are. And I want to make that crystal clear. You're allowed to be loved, and you're allowed to love yourself. So don't ever think for 1 second that you're not allowed to love yourself or be loved. You most certainly are. And I want to make that crystal clear as I'm standing on the front lines right now, making that known that you're allowed to be loved and feel loved. Don't let them tell you or make you feel any different. You're allowed to be loved, and you're allowed to love yourself, and I love you. And there's a lot of good TIs out there who love you too. You know, these perp scumbags, you know, they want to make you feel like you're not allowed to be loved or love yourself. Don't ever let them make you feel that way, because it's not true. It's a lie. You're allowed to be in a relationship. Just because you're a TI does not mean you're not allowed to be in a relationship. I don't care what these perps say. You're allowed to love yourself, and you're allowed to be loved, whether you're a male TI or a female. I'm speaking for all of us. You're allowed to be in a relationship. You're allowed to be loved, and you're allowed to love yourself. I don't care how bad they have made you felt or made you look or told you that you're this, you're that. It's all a lie. You're allowed to be loved. You're allowed to love yourself today. And I love you with everything in me. And every TI that I've ever crossed paths with, regardless of age or whatever, all I've ever seen with every TI that I've crossed paths with, besides uniqueness, awesomeness, but beauty, handsomeness, and we're some damn attractive ass people. I don't care what anybody says. So all those perps and all their negativity can hit the road. I think all TIs are very attractive people. Sorry, Melissa. You're a very strong woman too. We all are. All TI women are very, very strong. We are very strong women. We're probably the strongest women on the planet. These perps don't want nobody to know that. How they don't want anybody to know that. We are the strongest women on the planet. We're very, very strong people. And I got listen to these perps threatening, they're gonna go after my son. I'm just so sick of their threats. Like I'm just so sick of them. I hope they get exposed and everything that they do. I hope they all get caught. but I'm not going to discuss. I'm not going to lower my standards to that anymore. I'm going to ignore it as much as I can. Morning, Wayne. Hope you're doing all right, brother. Just having a female TI powwow. It was a pretty interesting discussion. It was a pretty crazy lie for the most part. Hope you're doing all right, Wayne. I'm under pretty bad attacks right now, so just trying to hang in there as best I can. They're making it real difficult for me to breathe and even see straight. I can feel like this bright light on my head. That's good to hear, brother. Glad you're doing all right. How's the weather where you're at? It's cold out here. And now I'm being hit by one of them who's trying to act like a demon and like punching me and oh wow, Wayne. Yeah, it's dry out here and kind of cold. The sun's out. They were chemtrailing earlier. Yeah, I honestly feel like I've been kidnapped and I'm being held hostage at times with some of these attacks. Oh, wow. That's so awesome. Yeah, Wayne Loss is pretty dope guy. Hopefully you guys can stay in touch with each other. Are you still in Mexico, Wayne? You're so lucky. Yeah, you guys should stay in touch with each other. You're so lucky you get to live out there. Yeah, I know all about Juarez. I have family from Mexico City and Chihuahua, Jalisco. Yeah, I'd rather be in Juarez than anywhere else right now. I'd rather be in Juarez than the United States, honestly. I would feel probably a lot safer. Yeah, I know the history about Juarez. It's pretty it's pretty crazy out there, but you're lucky. Yeah. Yeah, the weapons out here where I'm at, northern Alabama, is really, really bad. Like, I think I'm dealing with all kinds of stuff because it's pretty bad out here. I would rather be out there or maybe like Canada or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna try to get down to the panhandle of Florida soon. I think that's probably my best and safest bet right now. Magic, magic. Yeah, my puppy, she's sleeping. She's so sleepy. Where's your monitor? Are you sleeping? You're sleepy. You're a sleepy puppy. Where's the monitor? Just sleep. Oh no, you're sleepy. Yeah, Melissa, I don't know. I think he's asking, what do you mean by you too? Thanks, Wayne. What are you up to today, Wayne? Do you have any plans for today or my plans if I was in Juarez would be food. Some real food. That would be my plan if I was in Juarez right now. Would be going to eat some food and going to a baile. I've never been to Juarez. I don't know. Is there like ranchos out there or some tacos? Exactly. We out there eating tacos, horchata, jamaica, esquites. You're so lucky. Right now, because it's so early, I don't know what time it is over there right now, but I'd probably be eating pan. All right, Wayne, have a good day. I hope you enjoy your day. Bye, brother. Yeah, you guys are doing all right. I'm probably gonna log off of here. I'm glad we had all these discussions. It was pretty cool. I haven't really got to have a kind of like woman powwow for TIs on here before, so it was really interesting discussion. I think we should have another one and try to get more female TIs on here to kind of share our experiences. Um, I think that would be a really good idea because our stories are not really heard. Um, for some of us, it's for different reasons. Some, female TIs are, either just too embarrassed or really don't know, how to put it into words. Girl power, that's right, C Star. But I think it would be a good idea to have like a female TI kind of powwow on here discussion, sharing our experiences. Um, I always fight, across the board. I support both the males and females, but I don't think I've really done one for the women. And I think it would be a really good idea if we came together on here and have at least a few on this platform to discuss, the experiences and what it's like coming from the perspective of a woman, WOMBAN. Why the woman is the most awesomest, powerful being on this planet. But I love you guys. It was a great discussion. If any of you want to get in touch with me, I'll go ahead and I'll put my email in the private chat, you guys. You guys can go ahead and take down that email in the private chat. Definitely C Star. I'll probably do another one later today, I'm sure. But I put my, info in the private chat. So if any of you need some sort of a support group or, somebody, just a buddy system where you need some support or even some, knowledge, just hit me up anytime. But I love you guys. Stay strong on the battlefield. Don't give up.